There's my friend named Shweta. She was so excited the moment she received the email that she got accepted into her dream university in Australia. Who wouldn't be, right? But moments later, she called up and asked me the real question, that what's next? See, the process of obtaining a student visa can be both overwhelming and challenging, as it is a step towards your goal of studying abroad, right? So, hello and welcome to Edutrainex, one of the best online platforms for PTE preparation and your buddy to guide you with your visa applications. I am Nandini Watts, and today I'll be telling you about the important tips to know before applying for a study visa in Australia. So if you're applying for a study visa, you'd ask, what if I mess it up and get denied? But what if you don't? See, let me share you some ideas that might help you apply for a study visa in Australia. So you must start by getting your health examinations conducted well in advance. So if you'll go through my video on study visa, then you'll get to know that you must have overseas student health cover. So some might say that it's better to file your visa applications before conducting your health examinations. So this method could, however, might cause delays if you need to have additional tests. In my friend's case, she was able to finish all her health examinations in a single day, and the hospital said that they would contact her if she ever needed to do other tests. If not, they would send the test results directly to the Australian Government Department of Immigration and Citizenship. So she was not required to go for any other tests. However, you can never be sure if you would be required for other tests or not. I suggest you complete this as early as you can, and you can complete my health declarations through your email account because you already know what type of visa you are applying for. And by the way, if you want to know more about the student visa, how to apply, its needs and requirements, then you can watch the video on our YouTube channel. The link I'll put in the description below. The next point is, take your time to write a statement of purpose. This is a part of the genuine temporary entrant requirement, GTE. So GTE in Australia is a mandatory obligation that international students are required to undertake, where they would have to provide substantial proof that they are coming to Australia temporarily to gain a quality education and in no way maintain ongoing residency in Australia illegally. So the student visa is a temporary visa, so they expect you to stay for a short period of time. It's not necessary to mention in your application that you'll apply for other visas once you have completed your course. So you should instead focus on why you chose to study in Australia. Make sure you spend a considerable amount of time writing your statement of purpose, since it is one of the most important documents that might cost you your visa. See, what my friend also did was talk about her university acceptance and why she really wanted to study there. She researched the subject she was going to take, picked the one she liked, and wrote about how excited she was to enroll in those. She also wrote about her previous work experience, how it relates to her current course, and how it will be beneficial in her home country. The third step is to compile all the documents required. You know already that there are a number of documents required for the visa, so I recommend getting them organized. Place all of them in a folder so that it stays in one place and you wouldn't panic finding them and getting them all together. Keep a checklist to know what documents are already there and what documents are yet to be sorted out. You can use the Department of Home Affairs document checklist tool to check which documents need to be attached to your application. The tool will provide you all the necessary documents that need to be attached based on the country of passport and education provider. The link for this tool I'll put in the description below. Remember, don't push this to the last minute to avoid the rush and unnecessary stress. Keep in mind, the only genuine documents should be submitted. It's always best to be honest, right? Next is to double check your application. Make sure you have correctly answered all the information required. It's best to have fresh eyes look at them after you have double checked. You can ask your peers if you have missed anything or if your answers are incorrect or correct. You know what my friend used to do? She read her application out loud at home so her parents could chip in and review it with her. So reading out loud is also a good way to discover any mistakes you might have missed. It's funny thinking about it now, but guess what? It worked. And the last point is, ask help from a qualified agent. A student visa denial is heartbreaking when you want to study abroad but cannot. Plus, applying for a visa isn't cheap either. So just like you, my friend was also scared, but she was all positive about it because she knew that she went to the right people for help who guided her through the whole process. And in my opinion, it was probably the best thing she did. So when you first visit the agent, they'll give you a checklist of all the documents needed, which makes it a lot easier to get organized. So after you fill the application form online, they'll also recheck the answers and make sure you get everything complete and accurate, including the attachments. Luckily, as Shweta submitted her application, she received an auto grant. You can imagine how delighted she must have been. Many students find the process of applying for a student visa quite difficult. However, if you follow these steps, you'll surely have a better chance of obtaining a student visa. No need to worry, you have got this. Stay tuned for such informational videos like this. Till then, bye-bye, take care.